Made in Abyss is complex. It has a complex narrative, a complex audience, and a lot of complex morals. It seems to enjoy taking common tropes and flipping them all the way on their heads. I've rewatched this anime 3 or 4 times now, and the main thematic line that I can find in the narrative is that children are the good guys, and adults the bad, for the most part. In Season 1, we meet a lot of evil adults and a lot of innocent children, but my favourite character for the longest time was Reg. In Season 1, Reg is an empty shell, searching for purpose, and he finds that purpose in Riko. The same cannot be said and vice versa. Riko does not find her purpose in Reg. Riko is searching for her mother and wants to become an explorer of the abyss. Reg is useful in progressing towards Riko's goals, but Reg has no goal of his own beyond helping Riko. Reg decides that her motivations are just and that she's just so kind and morally innocent of a person that he decides he will help her as much as possible. I want to talk more on why Reg trusts Riko as much as he does, but I'll save that for later on in the video. There's just something so compelling about Reg's loyalty to Riko when he is such a unit on his own. Most of the feats that Riko pulls off would be impossible without him, and yet he sees more value in Riko than himself, really. If you've watched this far, I assume you've seen Season 1, but this is my warning for everyone. Spoilers for the movie and for Season 2, so please go and watch those. Okay? Okay. In the movie, Dawn of the Deep Soul, Riko's storyline with Prushka is heartbreaking. But, in my opinion, it's the weakest aspect of the movie. Bondrewd, the novel, is the main antagonist of the movie, without a doubt, and I think that this makes Nanachi's character shine more because she has the most personal history with the main antagonist. Nanachi's storyline in this movie is just so much more impactful and effectively emotional because, well, just because. It just works really in the movie. I really resonated with her storyline coming off the end of Season 1. So, Riko and Prushka's storyline is heartbreaking, and Nanachi's storyline pulls at our heartstrings. But then there's Reg. He is, as usual, very good at fighting, but all he cares about is what Riko cares about, and emotionally, he's just not there with the other two. Yes, his scenes are amazing when he's fighting, but in a story so focused on story developments and emotional attachments between characters, my boy was missing out. 2 years later, enter Season 2. I was really hoping that they would give this season to Reg, and I was not disappointed. Everything I say in this video is from my perspective as an anime only, but once Season 2 finishes, I am planning to read the manga for the few chapters that have been released so far. Hopefully they release more manga chapters soon, because the way it's looking, we're not going to see Season 3 until 2030. But at the making of this video, the finale of Season 2 is yet to be released, and I have to say that this season was a gift to Reg. A gift in the form of Princess Faputa. Now, when I saw the trailer for Season 2, I was a little worried that half, if not the entire season, would revolve around the old travelers, Wazukian, Belaf, Irimui, and Vueko, who, albeit interesting, were not going to give me the answers I was searching for in this show. See, what I was expecting was whole episodes of the old travelers, and in between they would only cut back to the main gang every once in a while for one scene. But thank goodness, instead, Season 2 was a well-interwoven story that overlapped the past and the present of both groups. When Riko meets Vueko, she tells her everything that happened to create the Golden Village, and we as the audience learn that the overlap between the past and the present is Reg and Faputa's relationship. So what happened was, when Reg had his memories and was not an empty shell, he had a purpose. We do not know what this was yet, but on his travels is where he first met Faputa, and the two became quite close quite quickly. Episode 10 was by far the best episode of Season 2 for me, but I know that it'll only get better. It's in this episode that we learn that Reg's relationship with Faputa is the only thing that can save the Golden City from her rage and revenge. But before that, we have to know, why is Faputa trying to burn down the Golden City? Our girl Fap is an amazing... Faputa is an amazing character. She's got such an innocence about her, and yet such sheer amounts of strength and naivety about the world that would really make her a dangerous character. She's what you would call overpowered physically, but her lack of understanding would make her a threat if she wasn't protected by Reg and... Sorry, I had to search what the other robot's name was, but if she wasn't protected by Gaburon and Reg, she would definitely just be a pure chaos machine. In my opinion, she also has the second best character design from all of the new characters. The third best being Geronimo, the protector of the Golden City, and first being Belaf. I mean, come on, just look at his hair. Just look at him. Amazing. Faputa is Iramui's child, and she resembles her mother quite strongly. But the differences between the two of them are clear. She is a child of the Abyss, born with adaptabilities and furry contortions in her body. She's complex. When you look at Faputa, you can't not think of the Nine Tails, and her innocent side really meshes so well with her destructive side in that nature. Now, we learn that to survive a disease in the Abyss, the members of the Golden City eat Iramui's children. This is a huge shock and just another demonstration that the mangaka does not care what people think about his storytelling. Like, he will do the worst things possible. It's really quite scary what he'll put his characters through. Now, Faputa is the only child of Iramui's that survived, and she is born for one purpose: revenge. Iramui's body merges into this giant mass of a city and becomes this royal place that the villagers can live in. And that's why, by default, Faputa is a princess of the Golden City, exiled by those that live inside because, well, she wants to kill them all. So the princess's goal is mass genocide. She is a tool for those ends, but she was also born of the Cradle of Desire. This is why Faputa has such strength and ability to kill so easily. It was part of Iramui's desires for vengeance. Thus, all of Faputa's features are crafted perfectly for her to be a tool of mass genocide. She's a born killer. She's simply built different. So Wazukian killed all of Faputa's siblings and fed them to the people of the Golden City. Very dark, I know. And Faputa wants revenge. It's in this way that Faputa reminds me a great deal of Thorfinn. Right, so Vinland Saga is my favorite manga ever. Simply number one. Like, I've read quite a few, but nothing tops Vinland Saga for me. And no matter what, I would have found a way to talk about it in this video. But honestly, I do see a lot of similarities here between Faputa and Thorfinn. A large part of the reason I love Vinland Saga so much is because of Thorfinn's character. In many ways, you could see Thorfinn as a prince of Vikings, being born and renowned as Son of Thors, the troll of Jomsvikings, a great symbol of strength among Vikings. Thorfinn was born into an ongoing conflict between his famous father and his father's enemies. In a land of strongest wins, the natural order of things to be taught to children is to fight for survival, and so their instinctive reaction when their parent is murdered is to sit and wait and grow, and one day take revenge. This ideology consumes both characters and becomes their only purpose in living. Only through connections with those who show them kindness can they move past this and find real purpose in life, something that will not die one day. Relationships with others. Now, we know through Riko and Reg's relationship that one day Riko will die and Reg will have lost not only a close friend, but his purpose for living. But they've come to terms with the fact that the memories they make will not fade. And so Riko is happy with adventuring with Reg, however long it may last. And we also know that one point in the future, Reg is bound to get his memories back. And when that happens, we're bound to find out some way in which he's actually connected to Riko. So personally, what I think is that he was made by Riko's mom, or someone else using some form of magic from the bottom of the abyss, mixed with DNA from Riko's mom, explaining why he protects Riko, and that there are more like him, like Gaburon, who are all being made for some crazy evolved machine-human race, for some higher purpose. See, I told you I'd get to Reg's connection with Riko. That's just what I think though, and I would love to hear people's thoughts and theories in the comments. honestly, I have no idea where the story is going to go from where we are moving forwards. I think I'll close out by saying that Faputa is quickly becoming my second favorite character in the show, and I really hope that somehow she makes it out alive, like either as a new friend or just living out in the abyss. I just really don't want her to die, along with every other character in this arc, because we all know that most of the village isn't making it out alive after this one. Nah, for real, when Belaf died, I knew it was all going downhill. My boy Belaf. I just feel like introducing a new arc like this, just for there to be no continuation or influence on the main story, would feel kinda lazy, like a filler arc from Bleach, but I'm sure if that were to happen, and this season were to have no future implications on the story, I feel like it would still be looked back upon fondly. Thank you so much for watching if you got this far. If you found it interesting or have anything you want to say, or if you found it stupid, just let me know in the comments. This is my first ever YouTube video, and I do plan to make more in the future. If you thought this season of Made in Abyss was good, drop a like. If you thought it was bad, drop a comment, and then drop a like. My favorite thing personally about season 2 of Made in Abyss was the music. Kevin Penkin is just amazing at what he does, and that one song that just goes like dun 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 dun. It's just art. It's just masterful art. If there's any other videos you'd like me to make, or if you just like the sound of my voice, let me know in the comments. Thank you again. I'll see you guys on the next video.